Barb, I'm gonna go live.
Yep, I got my intro rolling now. Just trying to get transcoding, and I'll be there too.
Did Maz shoot you the brief?
Yes, he did.
Nice.
I didn't read it, but he sent it to me.
Polish ISAF are in the area and have encountered hostile
That
MEC
was a
forces. They have been informed by their American allies that MEC forces are holding 2 weapons caches. ISAF has decided to destroy them while they are in the area. However, they have underestimated the size of the MEC force. Blah, blah, blah. Polish versus MEC. I don't know what MEC is, though.
Middle Eastern Coalition.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. It was the name of the. It was a non-offensive name of the faction from Battlefield 2. Because they had to have some kind of.
Gotcha.
You're not live yet, right?
I just want live, but I don't care what you say.
Okay, well, nah. I was gonna say something a little insensitive, but yeah, MEC is probably Middle Eastern Coalition.
They just needed a big bad, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let me just bring this up to the microphone and
They gave the wrong team the number advantage. That's cute.
they did actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it needs to be blue 4. Amazing. Vagrant. Who's gonna tell him?
There's a gorilla in charge. I quit. Iander.
Yeah, Iander. You know how they talk about like casual misogyny? Well, he's a professional competitive misogyny.
I'm gonna BRB. I just heard a weird thump upstairs.
All right. Well, hello, Liru's chat. While Liru goes and clears his entire house, I will still be here with you. This is going to be the NA section of Friday Night Fights North America for November 12th, 2021. How are we already at November? Almost the middle of fucking November. God.
Whew, all right. Sorry about that.
No worries. How many were there, and which Bad Dragon dildo?
See, I can't say anything. All I'm gonna say is, if I were to explain what I just saw, you'd sexualize it. But it was pretty hot.
Was it a certain person that we both know?
Yeah, it was Leia.
Fun.
He doesn't even know how to respond. All right,
Well,
so blue
I'm
4 is
sure
going to
you're
be
looking
spawning
forward
towards
to that
the south. And green 4, ooh, we have some custom build-up. I'll be curious to see what those black spots are.
We should get those looked at by a doctor.
Well, the doctor isn't here right now. That's okay. We'll figure it out.
That's okay. I got a rubber glove and some Vaseline. You know.
I don't mind if fanboys find my house. Just don't fuck with the property itself, please.
And don't forget to do your prediction, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and look, I was right. MEC, Middle Eastern Coalition. I'm gonna start off with some tequila for that. I wonder if this is the same Polish mod that
Oh, round has started. All right. Did
Yeah,
the
that's good.
settings get redone? Do I have to rehide the not connected to TeamSpeak window?
Yep, audited mission. It's a T4 global or T4 client?
Global, top of the list. I told them they had to change that setting because it was a bit annoying, and they actually listened, which was great. But that's weird because it wasn't a problem in EU, so I don't know what happened.
It's weird that Maz broke it and made it an issue.
I think it's just because it's a server side thing. Because I think the server, which is weird because your client should remember the default settings, but I've noticed on certain servers I always have to refresh my settings ever since that new ACE update. But regardless, all right. Do you want to do blue 4? You want me to do blue 4? What do you want to do? I'll take your lead.
I'll do we'll do kits and then or I'll take care of kits and then you can take care of roster since you've been here past couple weeks more often than me.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so blue 4 are going to be our, like we said, Polish quote unquote forces. Still using, looks like 416. No,
Poltergeist we still do in TSB, but
4s.
It's not required to actually play ups.
But standard blue 4 weaponry, 5.56 rifles. I see some. I actually see an M4s and 203s, not the usual M16s. So that is a little bit different. Otherwise, same stuff as usual. We do have a couple pilots with MP7s. They have a little bird over to the west that's in the field. Has some benches on it. Might see the sniper team get moved out with that. We do have 7.62 on the Mark 14 EBRs on Olaf and Mackenzie. And I'm yet to see a machine gunner that still has a 240. I see there's an M16. There's a 249. But yeah, I'm not seeing any 240s, so I think this one is just 5.56 for the Poles. As for vehicles, we can see Humvees adorned with Polish insignias and flags, so very discerning. But otherwise, very basic Blue 4 stuff. Most of those Humvees are unarmored. The Humvee at the front with the Rhino, the M2, and the big old turret, that is up. I think that's the only one.
All right, so Blue 4 roster, we got Spiky leading, which I don't see her step up a lot in terms of leadership. I also know from personal experience she can be a little tough to understand on radio, so as long as she spends the 15 minutes in the safe start articulating her exact plan, it's not like this is an intricate AO, it's just the southern side of Zargabad. A lot of open areas, a lot of obvious routes to go in, like the riverbed or the forested line up the MSR into the town itself. So shouldn't be too tough of a plan to follow, but I do worry if Spiky needs to make corrections over the radio. She might have to repeat herself a few times to make sure the orders go through. Otherwise, with a newer leader, you gotta wonder who she's fighting. Vagrant, who is a bit more of a veteran here, but we'll just have to see how things go. Regardless, X-Ray being led by Jib Style, as Barb mentioned. Olaf and Mackenzie are taking the suppressed Mark 18 EBRs. G-Legs taking the 338 Lapua sniper rifle. We have Montgomery leading Alpha HQ with a guy named Civilian Casualties as his driver, because he's got a crew helmet on. I believe that means they're a dedicated M2 Humvee team to drive up with the squad as well. So we'll probably see both a Humvee and one of the unarmed Humvees. Excuse me, one of the armed and one of the unarmed Humvees go with it as well. Otherwise, a lot of people from 29th ID under Alpha, as well as Maz, who made this mission. Night Owl is leading Charlie HQ, and he's got a bunch of people, including a few TSB members under him, but it looks to be just a lot of different people from a lot of different communities. A mixed bag. Also, quick note, Norris is under Alpha 1, one of the players we like to watch because he does some really good plays. However, he's not with his usual machine gun, so we'll just have to keep an eye on him, see what he does. Wells is the 249 gunner in that group. Otherwise, Gamma 1 is going to be Despo, Sayak, and Tymek. I believe they're going to take the up-armored Humvee as a three-man group, which is a little weird for a Humvee, but that's A-okay. That means Alpha's going to take the unarmed unup-armored Humvee, basically the one that keeps the gunner really open and thus really risky to field it. And then Schnuffles and Artisan are going to be pilot and co-pilot for this little bird. It does have a camera attached to it, so that co-pilot will be useful in scouting things out. Otherwise, not a bad roster, but not the best roster I could see. But that just means we have a lot of people that could potentially make a name for themselves. Norris is on it, sure, but not in his preferred slot, and we just got to see what Green 4 looks like. But otherwise, Barb, what does Green 4 look like kit-wise?
So taking a look up at the north.
Oh, they got that Iranian desert camo that can double as a winter camo.
Yeah, I love seeing the multi-use of that. But Green 4 are going to be rocking. So I'm looking at a couple people. Norse and Loki, they got 45 runners for their AKSs. But as people are starting to get trucks, we got some people running around over here. So it looks to be, I was gonna say 545, but these
762 by 39.
These ones are 762 that Drake is running around with. So it looks to be a mix of AK weaponry, mix of calibers, but I'm sure predominantly 762 by 39. But yeah, like you mentioned, that Iranian desert camo, very nice, fits the deserts of Zargabad perfectly, along with a nice PAS GT helmet. Should provide them some good cover, concealment and body armor should they get shot at. Otherwise, the SVD, yes, right, with Pierce now, he's going to be rocking the T5000 and 300 Winchester Magnum, with Norse and Loki being bodyguards with AKS 74Us that are suppressed. As far as assets, they have a Dishcom UAZ right there on front with staff and a number of statics back at the base up here.
4 Dishka statics.
Yep, nice big old 12.7 by 101, I believe.
And some transport heroes as well.
Yep. Nice little collection of weaponry, and we see them starting to move out now, try and get positions down to the south near Shabazz, and looks like to the west as well, but Ilbenik already driving out of the AO a little bit. Either way, nice, decent loadout. That 762 by 39 should be nice and punchy up close, but at distance might be hard to hit them with the high recoil of the AKs.
I could not agree more with that, but they're playing on the defensive so they can wait Blue 4 out to come closer to the actual areas themselves.
In theory, yeah.
Otherwise, Vagrant, as I mentioned earlier, he is going to be commanding for Green 4. He is a very experienced commander. I'm sure he has a few tricks up his sleeve for defending these two objectives with such a small-scaled force. Ibanek leading, at least he's on the top of the roster. Hard to tell because all their symbols are in the vehicle. But he's on the top of the roster for X-Ray. He plays in both OFCRA and FNF. It looks like X-Ray is also fielding the UAZ Dishka Vic. So we'll see if they pull anything with that. The rest of them are under Ural. And as Barb mentioned earlier, they're already moving out. They're going to head west and get on probably the hillside. They just got to find a river crossing, which they do have close by, but it looks like they're getting into a compound instead, and they're going to try to overwatch from there, which I don't know. When it comes to small scale FNF, when we have 60 to 80 players on the server or less, you have to really focus on keeping all of your units together. You don't have the room to send your X-ray force to go out on a high hill somewhere and do recon, because every man counts at this point. That's also why I make an emphasis on focusing who the really powerful individual players are and what roles they're playing, because those are the types of people that can just annihilate entire squads on their own, such as T5 Bay or Dooley. Speaking of, we'll get to them in a second. Otherwise, as was mentioned earlier, Norse and Loki are the suppressed shooters, and Pierce is the sniper. He's pretty good with that gun. We'll see what he's able to pull with that T5000. Otherwise, Dreek leading squad of 29th ID under Alpha 1 and Alpha 2. Lieutenant Anderson, he is the head honcho of FNF-NA. He's the one that hosts the event personally. So it's always nice to see the head honcho play on the ground. He's got players like Cosmonaut and Wiki, pretty good in their own right. Warwick, Bridges, Cool Breeze, pretty good as well. But what concerns me is Bravo 1. We've got Iander, who I'm not sure if he's on AT, but if he's on AT, that he, in my opinion, is the best AT player with an FNF. So we'll see. He'll probably either have an RPG-32 or an RPG-7. But either he can rock either system pretty well.
Iander's so good with a rocket launcher that, like, even if he wasn't on the server, he'd be the best person on the server.
Pretty much.
Like, that's how good he is.
He made like a 700, 800, actually no, it was a 900 meter shot last week with an RPG 32. Yeah. No, like it literally, like just a random vehicle in a fortified compound exploded with a rocket hit, and I literally turned around, look at a hill like a click away. I'm like, Iander's up there. We go up there. Yep, it's Iander reloading the rocket launcher.
Rocket.
That's just how good he is with that damn weapon system. Otherwise, we've got Nemesis in there as well. He's a very good player in his own right. Usually, I see him rock a PKM or PKP really well, but he can also rock an AK very, very well here. So I'll be curious to see what he does, especially with that GL. But the two I'm really focused on is Not Bay and Dooley. Not Bay, I would argue, is the best player in FNF right now. He, for the EU branch, was literally going 5-0, 4-0, 8-0. Well, no, 5-1. You know, that ratio. He was able to literally stall an entire squad by himself and then run around and just rack up kills before he would eventually go down. He is one of the pinnacle players that can turn the tide in FNF, and I'll be really curious to see what he's able to do on the defensive side. Otherwise, that is pretty much it for the roster. Because of where the core players are right now and where the asset divide is, I would bet green for it right now. But let's look at the actual objectives before we put our final thoughts down. Barb, do you want to cover one, or should I cover one?
Sure, well, I'll take a look at the western one over here. So
Can I grab the western one, actually?
Go for it.
Because the western one, fun fact, this is ported from last week, no, 2 weeks ago. Was it? No, it was last week, NA1. That was it. This was a custom composition they put in Sharpur. They had a mission on there, and one of the actual objectives was in this building. It was on the second floor, though. Now they've moved it to the first floor, but they ported it over because it's a pretty good fortification in its own right. You can tell, though, based off of like that outer gate for the second story access in the center, that it's meant to be part of a larger compound, but they also added a water tower next to it that you can get on top of, which actually, you know, combined with the terrain and how bulky the tower is, that actually wouldn't be too bad of a spot because it allows you some room to maneuver into a spot of cover. So it's a good one. Definitely you can turn this into a nice murder house if you put a few guys in it, so that could be a really great way for Green 4 too. Even the scales, as I like to say it. But go ahead. What about the other sector?
So the other one over to the east is right inside.
If you don't see the prediction, refresh the page. It's there.
This little kind of ammo dump in the middle of the base, and it's almost like something you would see at a Sog Prairie kind of. This little.
It's meant to be like a little bunker. If you open your map and look to the south, you actually see another one just kind of out in the open.
Just vibing.
Maz made this composition, I think, like 4 weeks ago, and we've seen it in every one of his missions ever since, because it's a nice composition.
It's a nice composition. I mean, yeah, if I made something like this, I'd try and use it as much as possible. I'm with that. But no, very nice little composition. Does leave it exposed. It is not fully protected, but only really from one angle, and that would be that little halfway barracks building, you know, half 1 story, half 2 stories. That would be the only way to really get a rocket hit from it. Otherwise, Blue 4 will need to get into here and get very close eyes on this. And then spray it down with some 249, chuck some frags, or toss a explosive charge in there. But otherwise, it's a nice base. You can see them building up the exterior of the base itself. We have Dreek up on the oil cisterns on the northeast. And this is going to be kind of the northernmost position that can be held by Green 4. Nothing else in this, like, Blue 4 can't flank from the north is what I'm trying to say. They can flank from the west or the east, but otherwise they should be fairly protected from there. Yeah, map limit is out in the middle of the open, so we should hopefully see a more direct approach hitting this objective. Otherwise, I think it's just gonna fail on its own right.
I'm just admiring Blue 4 right now. They have their units all spread out across multiple Humvees. They're not leaving anything to chance. It's a great strategy to have because if, let's say, you fully pack all the Humvees and the UAZ Dishka drives by and starts spraying in, the more spread out you have your units, the less likely that a spray is going to absolutely cripple you by wiping an entire squad.
Let's see what happens in 3, 2, 1.
Nice. And Blue 4 is taking a second to actually start driving.
Schnuffles is not taking that second. He's going off. flying low and fast. Might want to try and be a little bit further out. It's actually got Spiky in there.
Yeah, so you're going to have ground command from the air. So it's now air
Something
command.
like that. Yeah. Nice little-
You are now stuck with my stupid jokes.
I'd rather you than Dream. At least your jokes sometimes.
Wow. Wow. That's me. Fuck.
Dream knows that.
Now we do have a little bit of a spread here. It's actually just X-Ray and the vehicle crew going one direction. Wow, no, so Gamma took the less armored Humvee. They're keeping the more armored Humvee with Alpha, weirdly enough.
Well, maybe that's because Alpha's going to be more in the thick of it. So they want to try and provide that extra bit of armor so they can, you know, maybe use it as a bit of a line breaker kind of thing. But otherwise, yeah, I'm absolutely with you. I would have expected the same thing, that Gamma would keep the up-armored one.
And most of Blue 4 was staying at base. They're starting to move now, but they were doing a staggered start, maybe to prevent Green 4 from just outright intercepting anything. Maybe at least until the Little Bird flew over and tried to get eyes on any Vicks coming.
I want to get this quick. Over to the east, Hill 2156. Iander's up there with the RPG.
Yeah.
Alpha 1 rolling through there, and this is a perfect spot for him. Tusken Raider style. Iander's going to have a top-down perspective on
At
this.
that speed, I don't think he's going to get a hit. Maybe we'll see them slow down in that compound and he'll strike, but...
He's leading it. Yeah, but I think he's having the same idea. Nemesis is also probably yelling at him not to. Just looking out there forlornly. Oh, he actually let one off.
Short. It was on target, though, but it was short of the Humvee. So now we see one of the M2s firing in random directions forward.
Because they don't know where that rocket came from. Norris almost losing control of his Humvee as well.
Oh my gosh! Look at the map. The Boomer marked it in global.
2 times Humvee. You talk about him rocking AKs and PKMs. He needs to go back to the retirement home and rock.
Oh my god!
So that Blue 4 Alpha group, they're now taking refuge in that riverbed.
Now here's the kicker though, because of that staggered deployment, these guys are gonna drive out with the Ural, and they're gonna see this one Humvee. But if this group spots that force coming in, the armed Humvee within the group here can just run them down.
Do they have one? How far back is it?
I think it's the last Vic in line on Charlie HQ, which gives it the most time to react. But that Humvee is going to be quicker than the Ural. And now you're seeing, look, the Humvee's parallel to the Ural here.
I'm sure they're calling
And I think, yep, Eric just did a sharp left turn. He's trying to call that out. Just because they're firing up into the air where that Little Bird is. And that armed Humvee is now making a beeline up the road. It spotted the Ural, and I think it's going to try to follow it.
Yeah, because I don't think they really...
Ural doing a dismount. And immediately Blue Force firing into its direction.
They're close. I think they kind of had eyes on it. Now we see accurate fire.
Skipper firing at that Humvee.
There goes Nape.
Oh, Skipper down. Nape knocked unconscious.
Nemesis is running out in the open, trying to draw their fire with that smoke. Not really working.
This is not good, because these are all of Green 4's elite players.
Yeah, like you said, Nape does wake back up. They're popping more smoke, trying to obfuscate their position, but that volume of fire... Yeah, that trick is not going.
They need that M2 Humvee to get up here and just finish them off. Instead, it's slowed down. Where'd it go?
Nemesis now starting to draw that fire
There
a little
was
bit better, but he is
what?
taking some hits.
Oh, it's diverted all the way over here.
Rest of that group now Trying to move up.
Engines down on the Ural so they can't escape.
Yeah, that thing's dead in the water. And now the question is, does Green Force send any forces to try and rescue them? I would say no, personally, especially with X-Ray now getting engaged by Golf.
Yeah. That M2 might try to run down that UAZ. They don't have anyone on the gun. Oh, silly, silly players.
Just missed the tree. And their back wheel got taken out, and someone needs to hop on that gun and turn it around.
They're screwed. Driver just got hit in the back.
Yeah, he just got hit in the shoulder. There's Stathenberger.
Gunner's turning.
Around, wrong direction.
Ooh, lucky hit. Kills the gunner.
I'm seeing blood.
Driver just got killed too.
Yep. Both KIA.
That was a misplay on that Humvee's POV. I can only think it ran out of ammo.
Maybe, but the gunner was also not looking at the right direction. He was, Stathenberger was able to put his gun on target a lot quicker, and just
if you're tracking an armed Vic, even if the gun is not active, if you're reloading and you give it pause, it will get on that gun and turn around. You got to get to cover, because it can easily skew you as well.
Depso is still alive. He could try and recover that Vic, but yeah, Stathenberger and Ilvanek, they are gonna try and get themselves some cover while Ilvanek closes the tire. On the east side, I think things have calmed down a little bit for that Green Fort group.
RPG fired. It's just short though on that Humvee. Norris is the gunner. That's one of his good weapons though. That also explains how he was able to heavily suppress that Ural. It was Norris firing.
Oh, absolutely. Another rocket from Myander, also short.
Yeah, because the Humvee's not pulling back. But you have the other armed Humvee here. Wait, how many armed Humvees did Blue 4 get? They got 3? I thought it was only 2.
I thought it was 2 as well. Did they get a third one?
Yeah. Interesting. Little bird's flying really low and slow around this position. I'm a bit worried.
Yeah.
Because Iander, he likes to shoot down aircraft.
And there's Not Bay, I think, who's trying to go for the shot.
Yep.
Got pretty close, too, but no luck.
Another RPG going out. Hits the rock right in front, knocking Nielsen to his feet.
I think Nielsen was going down to his feet right before that, too. I'm not seeing any blood on the ground.
I don't either.
Fine. Oh, that would have been so good. Nemesis, yeah, Nemesis.
Yeah, Cotton out in the open here. He's going to get behind some cover.
Yeah.
He is pinned. Crawling a little to the right.
Iander, I think, has 1, maybe 2 more rockets left.
Yep, the RPG-7 guy, he actually gets, I think, like 5 or 6 rockets. Little worry, though, because we're going to have Night Owl and Bomb come up on the rear here, potentially trying to flank this small force.
Depso is now trying to open up to the south. He's going to be able to sneak in between the 2 objectives.
They're firing at Iander. He just took multiple hits, and he's headshotted. AT down.
Ooh, yeah, that Charlie group.
Green Force sending a 4-man team up to counterattack on the riverbed. Missing a shot on Norris. That was Pierce, the sniper. Missed it, unfortunately. Now Blue Force turned around with that Vic, and they're wildly suppressing, trying to figure things out. GL goes off. Thought it killed someone. It did not. Pierce putting his head up. He is immediately shot at and is forced to get down.
That's good reactions.
50 cal picks off one of the Green 4 guys. That was one of the suppressed shooters.
Yep.
It's caught in the open.
Yeah. They're just trying to push up this riverbed, but they need to try and wipe out Nemesis' group and take care of that problem entirely, and then they'd have pretty much free control over the eastern side.
Meanwhile, look at Despo.
Oh, yeah.
Bridge, that's a good call, but he's going to see your PK. Oh, he might not actually from that angle. Nope, he's not going to see the barrel.
Is Depso on yelling or something? Bridges is on high alert.
I don't see any blood under the building, so he wasn't shot at.
think Depso might have saw the disco. He sees the shadow. Tell me you see the shadow.
He heard the movement as Bridges steps out. Despel gets out. And the PKP wins.
Very nice. I don't think he even landed a shot on Bridges. It did make him fall off, I guess. Very well played from Bridges. I don't know what tipped him off for with Depso pushing up to his position. Very nicely done.
Koak folding out as Norris turns in with the gun. Both of them now get out and try to move up. Montgomery trying to knock out Koak, manages to get the knockout.
Norris and Pierce now kind of abandoned a little bit. Pierce is going to try and fall back through the riverbed, but Norris is stuck bandaging. He can't go anywhere. Oh, and if that's a frag. Well.
Norris spot, he's being shot in the back, and he's knocked out by Maz.
Yep. Nicely done. Over on the western side, we do have Blue 4 approaching this compound. So Olaf and Mackenzie. Don't know if either of them have any explosives, but they're going to need something to destroy that cache.
So a lot of Green 4's special heavy hitters have been taken out. Blue 4 slowly advancing up the riverbed. There's still a lot of fighting to go here. Green 4 still has a pretty strong defensive line with the 29th ID, but casualties-wise, let's see, 2, 4, 7 on Blue 4. Green 4 have suffered 4, 8. So Blue 4 still should have that numbers advantage. But you gotta remember, 3 of them are in that helicopter up there.
And we do also have Banks, Dooley, and Chow over here on this northeastern side, right along the edge of the AO.
And 3 members of Blue 4 are about to breach and clear the other cache, and that's gonna tip Blue 4 off that they're all fortified and the other one.
Good GLs landing near Sholin and Nielsen. If it gets lucky, it might be able to disable the Humvee. Yeah, I believe that is, that's Dreek using it as a kind of short distance mortar.
Duly knocked out because they've got 2 explosive specialists, Grav and Kabaya, firing from up high. Duly wakes back up. So Blue 4 trying to commit to clearing out the remainder of the guys over here. Another guy was just knocked out. That was Dooley again.
Olaf and Mackenzie about to find this cache. Yep, Olaf just found it.
Chow not realizing where he's being shot at from, trying to go up to bandage Dooley. And he gets taken out himself for not realizing the threat. Now it's just Banks as he goes guns up. Got some concealment from these bushes. The Ural also covering him. And let's see, I think Dooley was just killed off. Chow wakes back up. And he immediately starts receiving shots.
Yeah, Kabaya actually not able to secure that kill as cleanly as I thought they'd be able to. Chow rolling around in the dirt trying to...
He had a little bit of defilade cover there. Gets hit in the leg. He's totally crippled.
Yeah,
he's got some better defilade here, but...
Just barely. Yeah, he actually... I think it is protected here. I don't think they'd be able to hit him except maybe the back of the crown of the head.
Banks has spotted the direction on the hill where these guys are shooting from, but decides it's not a good idea. Quickly checks the Ural. The Ural's done.
Yeah, that thing was shot up to hell.
Yeah, the engine was destroyed, and I think it ran out of fuel as well. So we got 2 other Blue 4 players coming over the hill here. They might be able to spot them. But otherwise, we're going to see Blue 4 take out the westernmost cache, and then probably some sort of pincer maneuver here as well. But they're going to definitely clean up these 2 guys that are out here. They're just in a really bad position. There's no way for them to pull back.
And he's getting spotted by the Charlie HQ on the hill.
Yeah, and he's knocked out by the 50 cal.
Oh, God.
Just a bad position to be in.
Oh, for sure.
NA round 1. We'll be commentating on 2, maybe 3 rounds tonight. Little
Bird's still flying around, flying awfully close now. I think Spikey's looking for targets to strafe.
Very risky, considering the fact there's 4 Dishkas in play.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Looks like Ibanek has stolen one of the M2 Humvees.
No, not shit talk. Liru cast a cursed, not Bay, and so they died.
Oh, and there goes Banks. Grav ran down the hill and took him out.
Chow taking out? No, Chow's still up.
Chow's still up in the back. How you doing, Em?
What's up, then?
You put that original marker in global chat, by the way. We saw it. Is your rocker okay, buddy?
It's 3 in the morning, dude.
You can't rock in it. It's too early. The squeaks are gonna wake up the entire wing.
Retirement
I
home.
got them boost because we heard they were on the western side, and then we saw the 2 Humvees. I was like, well, we can move up behind them. There were 4 more coming.
Yeah, there's another 4 coming because they did a staggered start and caught you completely by surprise.
Yeah.
It got messy.
Yeah.
I don't think Iander hit a single rocket, which was very surprising.
He's probably very drunk by now.
No,
Where are the
he's
Dishkas
usually better
located?
when he's drunk, so he's probably sober.
How does an
Probably
erotic
wrong.
jellyfish? You know, I don't
That's what went
want to know.
wrong.
So we
Yeah,
know
but
there's
we
at least
actually
one
brought back,
placed up
one of the
here.
M2 Humvees into
The other ones we
base.
do not know. Okay, we got Warwick on one here.
So, have a good one, guys. I'm heading to bed. See ya.
Have fun, Em.
Take care.
One here, and I don't know where the 4th one
Sweet
is
dreams.
because we're not able to tell from this interface. So they're around. They're just being, I guess, staying in reserve because they haven't been shot with yet.
Spikey doing this kind of like weird observation thing. GL's actually going out towards Mackenzie and this group over to the west.
So I think Blue 4 is consolidating its eastern force to try to make sure that everything towards the northeast is swept and cleared. That's also buying time for the western force. Cache is now destroyed. They're going to move into position, but one of the Dishkas opening up. One of Blue 4 is dead.
I think that might have been Mackenzie. Yep, Mackenzie goes down.
That is by Bridges. And we just heard one of the little birds get hit.
Yeah, I heard that crunch.
Quickly lowering itself. I think the damage was superficial.
Yeah, probably just damage not destroyed. So they're gonna try and gain speed and get out of there. But Chow right here could take the chance that PKP.
I think he's still hiding.
Yeah, but he'll hear that little bird. Nah, now it's too late.
I gotta wonder, Blue 4, they're moving into the open ground on the north. Are they gonna try to ride the northern border into the AO? That's...
On the northeast again.
I don't think that's a good idea. They should just use the
No,
riverbed.
No, absolutely. Like again, like working from the flank, but like I mentioned, that for like 300-400 meters, it's just open terrain.
Yeah.
And not even rocks to hide behind, like some other places, like the riverbed. It is just bushes. So if they move and they get spotted, which they will.
Tell me about it, Jellyfish. I want to hear it.
Yeah, that's kind of lights out for them.
It's not every day where you have someone named
But it's gotta be
Erotic
at
Jellyfish
least.
drop by your chat and
If
tell
they
me there's a
spearhead
mildly
with the
amusing
Humvee,
story tied to his name. I want to hear
That
it.
is the up arm. No, that isn't the up armored one. Where is the up armored one?
That would be under Alpha Niels. Wait, no.
It was over there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, now Nielsen's
I think,
in the up armored.
civilian casualty under Charlie HQ has it. He's bringing it to the western side.
I see. Maybe they requested the extra firepower.
Probably because they were
I
fighting the
don't know.
Dishka. But that Humvee would just be a big target for the Dishka.
Yeah, it'd be a great target for some 12.7 rounds.
Life was sweet but short, Cosmo.
Ridge is kind of suppressing that white smoke that he's seeing.
Sorry, Cosmo. The one unit that's concerning me right now is Dreek. He's covering this open area on his own. He's got a GL. He can blow the whistle.
Eric is over here on the south side from, if I remember, Hill 2022. And he's trying to just split their attention. Have it try and split 3 ways, west, east, and south. And it's a good idea, but yeah, here comes that, immediately they get spotted as soon as they try and peek out the bushes. And Nielsen trying to peek up there with the M2.
We got some firing back and forth here, just skirmishing along the west. I think they're hoping that the western firefight distracts enough Green 4 so that they can sneak in, hugging the map border towards the east. That's the only way I can think of this strategy working, but Green 4 is doing a great job pulling 360.
Yeah.
And we're only 20 minutes into this round, so this AO is going to be determined before the timer becomes an issue.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is just try and cause as much confusion as possible, stretch their defenses as thin as possible, and it has a decent chance of working, given the numbers advantage just on that metric alone. But yeah, they're going to need to actually start to get some kills on Green 4 if they want to get this second objective taken care of. I'm also wondering to see, I want to see what Chow does over here in the back line. Still scavenging and trying to recover that PTSD-inducing incident. All your buddies are dead. You're the lone survivor.
He's just stuck chilling here.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still bandaged. Poor guy.
Does he have a magnified optic on his?
No, that's a PKAS scope, the red dot.
Yeah, that's just a one-time collimator. So, not good. You can get eyes on something. Should be good, but yeah, an optic would definitely help you.
So Martin spotted the eastern group. He's been suppressing up in that direction. Drake is now firing GLs up there. Might have spotted Maz moving in the open over there. He's now pulling back. Blue 4 has a few different opportunities. They could beeline it. They could just do their best. Hold up. To the south, we have a commandeered Green 4 Humvee taking out.
That was Eric in that. That was the up-armored Humvee.
Driver is dead. Excuse me, gunner is dead. Driver is still trying to drive out.
Yeah, that's civilian in green shade, actually. No, Eric was...
Yep, two guys. There was one guy that was unconscious. He woke back up in the shotgun seat. I think that was green shade. Now they're doing their best to get out of there. Meanwhile, as I was talking about earlier, look at what they're doing. They got one Humvee, but they're driving it backwards to put some some spaced armor.
Oh god, are they actually?
And then Norris is just gonna beeline it in. He's going for the opening.
Ooh, swooshed right through, but he does have to be careful. Yep, south.
Look at what fucking Night Owl's doing. It's not gonna do you much good when you gotta deal with the flank there.
Nielsen just busted down the wall, and they are pushing in on the north side. They're pouring into this compound. There's war getting caught on the open. Fist returns in kind.
I think they were just a distraction.
I think this is the force. The distraction is over to the east. They're trying to go for something here.
The three dudes that were in that other Humvee have been taken out.
The problem is, though, is that none of the Green Fort guys have been taken out yet. They've just been suppressed. And here comes Vagrant here.
Vagrant's gonna come around, catch Eagle off guard.
Nice.
Trade.
I think Pi might have actually gotten him, but still a good trade there. We're just coming in from the front gate with Nielsen. And just like
Bridges just gets him.
Montgomery and Norris.
Eagle fails his wake-up check. Blue 4 trying to fold in a few remaining guys on the corner, but I think this is going to be a decisive Green 4 victory.
I think one of them tossed a charge thinking that the oil drums might have been the objective, but no, it's in the little thing on the other side of town, buddy.
Vagrant wakes back up.
Oh, Vagrant does, of course Vagrant does.
And then he gets picked off by X-Ray. That was G-Legs.
Was it?
Yeah, look over towards the west. He has the 338.
He would have no angle and he'd be firing through smoke.
The smoke wasn't there.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Montgomery hit by Anderson. Norris is alone, but he's bandaging.
He's alone and he's bandaging. Those are both but he is.
Cosmonaut wins the one-on-one.
He took that headshot like a champ, and all that's left is Grab over here on the east side and some remnants on the west, but Green 4 folded back into the main base, and there's no way that
I don't...
Blue 4 are going to break that nut.
Spiky got killed off in the helicopter, by the way.
Oh, poor Spiky.
And her body is like all the way. I'm scrolling towards it right now.
Oh man.
All the way it
Oh,
fell out, and they stripped her. Oh dear.
Yeah, they already ratted her.
Oh my God.
Those Taliban, they work quick.
Jesus.
What'd they do?
I know. All right, Blue 4's got 5 on the ground. They've got a helicopter with 2 people, so 7 total. Green 4's got 12 up. No, well, now 11. Someone just got knocked out, so it is in Green 4's favor. We are seeing... Did they go back and pick up Chow? They got more, actually.
Chow, yeah, they got...
No, Chow's dead. What?
How's Chow dead?
How did Chow die?
I don't know.
Did the other Humvee kill
Did they
him
eat
for...
Did they eat Chow? MVP Pierce for TKing the last member of Bravo, which would have been Chow.
They killed
That
Chow.
explains it.
Oh my God. See, he was a traitor for not coming back into the AO so quickly, so they had to eliminate him.
No, he was the imposter because he's rolling around in Blue Force Humvee.
Oh my God.
That is kind of sus. Perfect way to end that. Of course, Green 4, they're not going to have any face any consequences for that mistake because the lead is just too vast. I want to see what Schnuffles is going to do. Could try and, I mean, I know vehicle deathmatch is not allowed, but if it just so happened to land on the roof. Just so happened to,
Hold up, we got Grav coming up. Grav is an explosive specialist, but Wiki spots Grav.
Yeah, Wiki's gonna finish that off, I think.
He missed the double taps. Grav took like 4 or 5 shots, so I don't think he's gonna wake back up, but if he wakes up, he could throw a satchel and it's GG. Now, he doesn't know where it specifically is, but that bunker would be a good bet, you know?
Yeah. I think Grav's waking back up.
Jib gets knocked out.
Yeah, Supreme there. Reigning Supreme. And here comes Wiki. Nope, not gonna double tap the body. Now he is, I think. I'll let you up. Where the hell are those shots coming in from?
The heli, maybe?
Yeah, maybe the heli. Does someone get on the...
Yep, there is Schnuffles on the side.
No, it's Artisan, actually.
Oh, no, you're right, it is Artisan. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Enemy AC-130 above.
It's the discount AC-130. Now you got this M2 just cleaning house in the back. Jib woke back up and knocked Bridges out. Huh.
Still down, though. I don't think he's waking back up.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, Bridges has been down, but Jib does wake back up. It was Supreme who took him out. And there goes Bridges, actually, just flat out. So now Jib looking for his assailant.
Fritz aggressively pushing to Space Cowboy Carl.
Fritz is on the flank.
Kassam holding the rear. Oh no, he's bandaging, that's why.
And he's about to get rolled up on by Fritz. Jib style, literally in the same. Oh man. He sees
Shot in the ass.
Give me the your toes. I think Jib is able to keep his cover at least a little bit. Though Pierce watching that entrance. Awesome, still bandaging. Carl is looting. Need Artisan to do some more noise. Try and get a 203 on that Humvee. Martin as well just has that PKM watching the front door. Jib though, right here. Pierce isn't careful.
Maybe. He backs up a little more. Jib, is he going for the ladder? Nope, he's gonna stay right there.
Just trying to peek through that netting, but I don't think he's gonna have the angle. Maybe on the shoulder, but I don't think on the head. Pulls back. Now would have the angle.
Hey, there it is.
And with the headshot on the gunner. Very nice. And blink and you miss it. Only 4 green 4 left in the compound right now. Here comes Space Cowboy Carl trying to assist. Now we need that little bird to run distraction. They landed and picked up a PKM.
Ha!
PKP actually, yeah. I think they stole it off of Chow. Yeah, that's perfect distraction. I think. No, Pierce is still in that Humvee. Has not switched to the gunner, just hanging out in the driver's seat, maybe trying to heal his buddy.
Oh, he still has his PKP, so I don't know where they got it.
No, that's Ilbanek actually. Pierce is the one who's dead.
Space Cowboy Carl trying to pick off Wiki.
Doesn't seem like it worked though. Is crippled.
If legs were to look left, he'd see him.
Tom Brady with the throw, but it is not complete.
G-Legs, I think, just spotted Wiki. There's the shot. Wiki's down.
Oh yeah, on top of that little gas station.
This got turned around.
He could hop over to that larger one. He could try and go for it.
I think Cossum found and eliminated Fritz. Yep, you got Fritz's body in here. Cossum took some shots, but
Nice.
he got him.
This is almost looking a little even.
Fraz, it's like 9 p.m. for me, buddy.
We have Dreek hiding incognito.
Live on the
in
East Coast in the
driver's
United
seat.
States.
Oh, no, he just hopped out, so disregard that.
Blind suppression into the building.
Yeah, why not? Jib in space to do something.
Jesus. For me, Wiki's body is half in the ground with his legs sticking out. It's not a pretty sight.
For me, it's the opposite. His torso is sticking out of the ground and his leg is coming up from it. It's actually pretty common.
No, I think that's what I got too. The legs, it's the right leg, right? And his left arm's out?
No.
Ragdolls are always flying side. It's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, speaking of funny, Carl's going to try something a little funny.
Keenan, thanks for the 17-month resub, my man. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Give me 1 second. Let me add one command.
He's going to get schwacked.
I always forget to add the FNF command. If you want to come and play, just got to do !FNF, and that Discord will tell you everything you need to know. Carl just got knocked.
Yeah, by Martin, probably.
That is one hell of a keyhole.
Right?
But everything's going well, Keenan. How are you doing? Oh, fuck, I missed it. Did exotic jellyfish... Okay, erotic jellyfish, it drew... Oh, PFP is what his friend drew for his own thing. Okay, he did give the story. Cool.
What Martin's position is and how
So this is back in college a long time ago, and at one point during marine biology, we had gone over a species of jellyfish where the female will swallow the sperm of the male jellyfish, so later, while we're all chilling in the lounge and typical sex banter comes up, I make the joke, you all remember this jellyfish, they're pretty erotic, and thus it stuck, the erotic jellyfish. I love it.
Still up in this little
I
tower.
always love the stories behind people's names like
That's
that.
picked up an RPG-26. Might be able to use that.
Completely missed to read it out. I was too busy sucked
Any
into the
rocket
round here.
launcher.
Absolutely love it,
Will
Erotic.
one-shot
Absolutely.
that cash.
Cowboy wakes back up. 15-minute warning called.
Mentioned both of those.
It's 4v6 right now. No, 5v6.
They brought it back, honestly. Schnuffle's flying a bit slower. I think Artisan trying to line up some better shots. Gotta do something. 14 minutes. And technically speaking, it is a 6v5 right now. If my math is correct. Yeah, 4 on the ground for blue, 4 with 2 in the.
Here, 1 second.
Sure, have fun. And 5 on the ground for green, 4. I mean, they really don't need to do anything but just hold right now. Hit on the pilot. And as Jibstyle tries to push up, Martin sprays the entrance and dissuades him from continuing that pursuit. Jib finding a little keyhole here. Might try and hop over. Wouldn't entirely advise it. Generally speaking, jumping blind over walls is not a good idea, but Martin does move, and I don't think is able to watch this direction. Cosmonaut, though, does he see it? I think he just sees Jibstyle. Yeah, he sees a little bit of movement from Jibstyle. So Cosmonaut just waiting for the opportunity.
It's a standoff.
A little bit, but Jibstyle I don't think quite sees it. Cosmonaut definitely sees it now. And come on, Cosmonaut, give us a little pop. Oh, Jim actually gets some shots on the tree. Cosmonaut. That grenade was beautiful. Carl now pushing around the north side.
We got G-Legs doing an elaborate flank over here. He doesn't want to get too close. Pi has the Dishka, but his shots are short. As that little bird flies evasive. Still superficial damage.
Yeah, it's still flying.
What is Cossum doing?
Yeah, you gotta be careful about where they're going if they're gonna need to land.
Jib taking out Space Cowboy Carl. Trying to flank and hit Fist. Unable to, he's stolen a PKP. Cosmonaut now running out.
Yeah, he's gonna pursue. G-Leg's trying to cover. 11 minutes and change now. Here comes the little bird again, coming in from the north.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 v5 right now. But 2 are in that chopper.
Carl and G-Legs now over by the oil cisterns on the northeast side. They actually do have a clear path to Martin and that cache. They decide to go down that way. G-Legs getting on top of one of the cisterns. Let's see what Carl does here.
Might be able to get on top of Martin.
Yeah, he's not interested. He's working the perimeter. Doesn't even take a look inside. Oh, Carl.
Oh, he's just trying to sweep the outsides first before he overextends.
Yeah, overcommits. G-legs.
Missing the shot on Fist. No, he got a hit. There's blood, but not by much. But Space Cowboy Carl gets him from the rear.
Now Carl pushing him from the building. Awesome now moved up to the entrance.
4v5. G-Legs has spotted Dreek.
Have the shot though.
Oh, it hits the windowsill.
Yeah, it's the frame.
That one hit him in the shoulder. And he gets knocked out, but Legs gets killed off by, I would assume, Cosmonaut. Smoke gets thrown over. 4v4. Dreek wakes back up.
Carl, he's gonna have to commit to something. And dude, he is committing pretty hard to this attack. Does he see Pi? No, Pi doesn't see him, I don't think. Or might have actually. He's looking over there.
All right, Artisan's been dropped off.
Yeah.
He also has a PKP.
Carl has been compromised. Dishcom is firing up, and I think I actually legged him. Yeah, legged him through the concrete, looks like.
I don't see any blood below.
I'm seeing that, yeah, he's bandaging now. His leg's all bloody. Cossum, I think, got engaged by
Fisted
Martin, but
from
is
the
able
rear.
to hold to cover. Artisan now coming in. They have a... He has ditched the Little Bird. So he's now going to try and clear CQB with that PKP.
I think Shuffles, he's landing to take the Humvee in. Does he still have his MP7? Because an MP7 would actually be really good right here. Yep. But it looks like he's going to try to loot a friendly instead. Take the M16. I would prefer the MC7.
Here comes Pi. Cossum is in the middle of
Cossum, no! Oh my god.
Oh, that wasn't pretty.
Artisan is going to find Cosmonaut. Take the shot, Artisan. There it is. Cosmonaut down.
All right, so it's...
The PvP has been so slow. People are lining up their shots. I feel like I'm watching an XCOM fight in real time, to be perfectly honest.
Bit, yeah. Would explain some of the misses we've seen, too.
Yeah. 3v3.
Pi hops into the barracks building. Gonna be right below Carl.
Carl has to hear those footsteps.
And with the helicopter flying above, leaves the engine on intentionally.
Artisan getting taken out by Dreek. Could still wake back up, hearing some explosions outside the main building.
Here comes Pi working his way up the staircase.
I think he heard the footsteps above him.
Oh, Pi knows that Carl's there. He shot with that dish gun. Remember?
True.
Grenade goes up. I think that.
Went outside the outer window.
Oh, but.
Cosmonaut.
Schnuffles.
Wow.
Schnuffles.
Schnuffles wants all of the glory for himself.
This is all the PKP and just
Fired.
Yeah, I don't entirely blame him, but still. Oh, it does wake back up.
Carl wakes back up, sees that the door is open, grenade was thrown, and he is knocked back unconscious. Execute him, Pi. Yep.
And now Schnuffles.
Martin gets executed.
There's still multiple grenades in there. He's gonna need something a bit stronger, though.
Steal the PKP in there and mag dump it.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. It could win it right here. If Pi doesn't react, and if Dreek doesn't react, Artisan wakes back up.
Wow.
Oh, me fucking.
Schnuffle, I think, hurt himself with those grenades.
Yeah. Those 4 spray downs. He's gonna need a lot of bullets, though. 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Pi now working.
He's got time, but I think Pi is coming back around on the cache.
No, he's gonna get caught out. No, doesn't fire.
He's checking bodies for ammo.
I found some grenades, but Pi is there.
Wait, that's Grab's body.
No.
That's the explosive specialist.
No. Schnuffles, come on. You must have saw some grenades or something in there.
No, there were explosive specialists on Grav, unless he picked mines. But Grav never used explosives.
Yeah, and why would he pick mines when he's on attack?
That means Grav didn't have. He's checking the body again.
Yeah, maybe Schnuffles just didn't grab it. Maybe he didn't check the. He checked the. Check the vest, but not the backpack.
Oh no!
Here comes Pi.
Schnuffles! Pi only had one bullet in his magazine.
Oh my god! Come on.
Schnuffles now has an AK.
Oh, but
Artisan being flanked by Dreek.
now Schnuffles.
Pi flanking around, but Artisan takes him out.
It's down to Dreek and Artisan. Throws another grenade in. That one's a frag, but it's not gonna hit it.
Oh my god.
4 minutes.
Schnuffles fails his wake-up check. It's 1v1.
You could check it again. Might roll a bit better, but I don't think so with the number of bullets he took.
This is the last firefight, baby.
Dreek, now if he comes up and executes Schnuffles, that's going to be a problem.
Artisan now pushing in as Dreek's watching the corner. Can't see because of the smoke, but Artisan doesn't see him.
Could still wake back up if Dreek doesn't get the double tap.
I don't think so.
No, Dreek's looking around. He saw the drop.
Wow.
He's going to assume.
Fucking wow.
Artisan wakes back up.
This is one of those times we're going to wait a minute to see if anyone can wake up, but I think that's it because Artisan was already down once.
No way Artisan wakes back up. I'm with you.
That's it. The helo's landed right now with its engine on. I feel like this is the part, you know, from wrestling where the guy's out, like, counting them down.
Yeah, but it's like the really slow count.
Yep. I'm waiting for someone in global chat to say knockout.
Yeah, Artisan. Just now waking back up. Come on, 20 more seconds, Artisan, I believe. Oh, but now it's Dreek watching that.
It's done. It's done. GG. There it is.
They called it. Oh, they were so close.
That was a very close one.
They were so close. Oh.
Oh man. That was pretty funny.
Great win. Great win from Blue Fort, or sorry, from Green Fort.
5-point profit. That's the game.
Oh, VIP.
Give me 1 second. We're gonna roll everything through intermission here, so let's go ahead.
Grav even says it. Grav even says it. Schnuffles, that body you were looting had satchels.
Oh my god. He just didn't check, I guess, or he didn't have the room.
He didn't check
But then he could just pick the backpack up instead and throw in the satchel. Like,
But he probably wasn't looking at it. He was
Such a
looking for
misplay.
ammo or grenades, I'm sure of it. Just not, not a mistake as it was, he did what he thought was correct, but what he thought was correct could have been better. He did his part, to be fair. Both of them did. Tossing grenades and stuff. Just, ugh. I hate to see it. Oh, Cosmo says he stole the satchels earlier.
that saved it.
That saved it. Ugh.
All right, switching everything out. All right, VIP. Op 4's attacking.
I'm gonna go
Blue
switch
4's defending.
my commands
Yep, yep,
around,
yep.
and I'm gonna go get another drink.
All right, Op 4 has a 10% numbers advantage. An armed MI8. And 2 BTRs. Wow, Blue 4 has 3 M2 on thieves. All right.
When did we add Pulau to the map pool?
It's been in the map pool for the entire iteration, but I think I've only seen like 3 or 4 missions with it since it was added like a few months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think last mission was a great example of just because you have some really good players on one side doesn't always guarantee that A, they're going to be used effectively, or B, but though this point is moot because the side still won, victory. If they're used ineffectively just like any other player, then they're screwed. So that staggered start, usually you never see a staggered start work out, but it worked out pretty well. Oh, Ibanek, it did really well, man. Good job. Bay telling everyone Dooley's AFK and to kick if needed. Oh, Bay. Bay.
Unfortunate.
He's your brother.
All right, be back. Can I grab another drink?
Yep, righto. But overall, I think that was a pretty nice round. A lot of good tactics. This is why I kind of like covering some of the smaller rounds, because you get to see stuff like that, and it can get very, very close at times. I thought Green 4's lead was, going to stay, but it came down to the last man. If Cosmonaut hadn't stolen those satchels, it would have been a clutch by Blue 4. So, we'll do round 2. I'm not guaranteeing if we'll do round 3 just yet. I'm just determining how much time it'll take, and we'll see how things go. All right. Oh, yeah. I mean, if Iander made those early RPG shots, who knows? Anything's possible. That's why I like covering FNF. So, it's Pula, which is a very jungly island. So I'm not sure how maneuverable the BTR-80s are going to be, as well as the M2 Humvees. But that also means that the defending faction can counterattack, if needed, by going down the MSRs to engage those BTRs directly, which, again, because the map is so locked down, taking out the enemy's vehicles early on isn't as big as an advantage as, for example, if this map was on Columbia and you had a lot of open space where vehicles are a lot more useful, but we'll just have to see how things go. So number difference for this one's going to be 25 to 32 with that 10% numbers advantage. Which I feel like is a little greater than 10. That's a 7-player difference. Say okay, whatever. Why so many? Why so many what? Otherwise, I don't know what we're waiting on. Maybe for a few people to come out of being AFK. And we'll just have to see how things go from there. Any more rounds for tonight? Yes, we will be covering rounds 2 and maybe round 3, depending on how quickly round 2 goes. If round 2 goes the entire time, I might not cover round 3 because by then it'll get very late. And I kind of just want a little bit of me time tonight as well. But there we go. Round 2 is kicking off. And we'll see how things go. Yeah, righto, Doctor. Welcome. And Don, I believe, just put up the prediction for the next round. Feel free to hold on betting until we break down everything with Barbarian. Otherwise, if you want to place an early on bet based off of if you just like blue or green or the assets that are down, feel free. I'm not going to tell you how to bet your points. Bet your points that are worth literally nothing, but hey, c'est la vie. All right, Blue 4 is going to be starting at a small town at Jaya. They are going to be locked to this sector. It means that the VIPs cannot leave this zone, which is slightly smaller than the actual zone itself. There is a little bit of room in the ocean, though, so they can hide out there. And then Op 4 spawning in some villages and rice paddies out in the open over there. Interesting.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Ooh, legal action getting on. He is one of the really good players from Pepega.
Who's
He
getting
himself
on to?
can take out quite a few people on his own, so we'll see where he goes.
So in this one, Blue 4 have to stay in the
The VIPs have to
Bucks.
stay in the shaded zone, which is slightly
Yeah.
smaller than the actual blue starting zone. So
E, just like a hair smaller, but they have to stay within the essentially near Jaya. I feel like it's just I feel white as hell saying yeah. It's called the town of Jaya.
Jaya.
Yeah. But a nice little part of Pulau. Go ahead and get my
Deep shit.
prediction going, and yeah, excited to see what we will all be dealing with. Because I like this AO already, because I think Red 4 have plenty of stuff to maneuver in, and Blue 4 are fairly restricted, but they still have some creativity to work with. The town itself looks to be about 400 or 500 meters long, and then an extra few hundred square meters for the outlying forest and jungle and everything. So I think it'd be good, good hiding spots for the
I don't know
VIPs
yet, Doctor.
to hunker down in, but that's pretty much going to be the game is hide and seek.
It's a pretty big AO for them to hide with. We're just going to have to see Op 4 basically sweep left or right here. I would recommend they come in from the north, specifically the northwest, because otherwise, if they come in from the other MSR, because they have to because of the BTRs, it leaves a bit of a blind spot on the left, their left, it's our right, on the eastern side of Jaya, that they then have to, go right, and that leaves a little bit of room for the VIPs to sneak by, but an AO like this, you want to thoroughly sweep, because otherwise the players will take advantage and potentially sneak by you. Regardless, what do you want to cover, Blue 4 or Op 4 first?
We'll take care of the
Yes,
attackers
FNF has
first
had
real
draws
quick.
before.
And I will take care of the equipment.
All right.
So Red 4, let me take a quick look at them. Yep, looks like they're going to be kind of a Spetsnaz style force, rocking 5.45 AKs, the PKPs, PKMs, GP25s. Your classic modern setting. We see Night Owl's watermark. His signature is John Hancock. 4 pumpkins on 4 toilets around a campfire. People have tried to decrypt this. In response, Night Owl only says, go sub to FNF on Patreon. No matter what you ask him, that's all he says. Or check him out on Bandcamp. But either way, basic Red 4 Force, we have a small fleet of Gas Tigers. Nice little kind of up-armored cars. Still a little susceptible to larger calibers, but for the most part, pretty bullet resistant. In addition, we have 2 BTR, I believe 80s, I want to say. I believe they're BTR 80s.
Yep.
And then an MI8.
2 PKTs, one on the left, one on the rear right.
Yep, so the weird kind of offset guns. And then, yeah, no nose gun either. But yeah, pretty good set of stuff. MI8 should be good for tracking and hunting down, and as well as providing some annoyance once they kind of settle into the groove of the round. Well, yeah, should be good. Want to go over the roster real quick?
All right, so Maz is commanding. He is one of the... His story is interesting because he started with mission making, then he started playing, and now he's been getting into commanding. And he's been fairly good at his commanding because he has the perspective of he made missions, so we know how missions work and how players play them, and he's also spectated with us a few times. So with that unique perspective, even though he's a bit newer to the game compared to players like Pierce and Vagrant who have been doing it for months, if not years, he's able to always deliver. Koak being his 2IC as the platoon medic, not a bad choice to have a platoon medic, you know, just as a backup if they need to hunt down stragglers that have been knocked unconscious. X-Ray being led by Artisan. Schnuffles is going to be the T-5000 338 Lapua sniper. Space Cowboy Carl and Mackenzie being the suppressed shooters with some AK-74s that are suppressed. Captain Drake leading Alpha Squad. I believe he led a squad last time, but Anderson, Martin, Cosmonaut, Pi, Adrian are going to be under him in Alpha 1. Alpha 2, Bridges, Warwick, Wiki, Cool Breeze, Fist, Fritz, and Supreme with him. And then Supreme is going to be one of the members of Vehicle Crew because Alpha is taking a BTR. Bravo has Vagrant, Eric, Greenshade, Grab, and Naders under Bravo HQ, with Bravo 1 having Dooley, Not Bay, and our good friend Mr. Chow. Hopefully he will not get team killed again like last round. And then Pierce, Stoughton Bay, and Ibanek are taking the MI8 to basically have either a pilot, co-pilot, and a gunner, or a pilot and 2 gunners, interestingly enough. So overall, not a bad roster. Dooley and Not Bay, 2 people that are normally really, really good. They did kind of get dealt a bad hand last round, but hopefully they'll be able to redeem it, and we'll see them shine. Otherwise, 29th ID, very good group of players here. I'd argue the 4th best within all of FNF, but they exclusively play in the NA branch. We seldom see them in EU, but we'll see what they're able to handle today. Otherwise, over to Blue 4. Go ahead, Bart.
Over to Blue 4 indeed. If we take a look at them setting up the defenses in the town of Jaya, we see a weird camo mix-ups. So we have Marpat Woodland for the base uniform, as well as I think these are SPCs for the chest rigs, and then the helmets are Alshin Lizard for some reason. So a bit of a mishmash here, but vaguely Blue 4, enough to the point where you would call this NATO. They'll be rocking 5.56 M4s, M16s, M240. We see one on Olaf there in 7.62 NATO. M240s, M249s, M203s for grenade launchers, that kind of thing. X-Ray squad going to be rocking those Mark 14 EBRs, I think, again. No, actually, Twins is rocking a Mark 14. Kabaya opting for the suppressed MP7 instead. Lolo, the actual sniper, will be using the M2010 ESR. And
that's what it is.
I believe
High-Ended
is not here for Rocket Duty. Oh, was he on Red 4?
No, he's went to bed. Same with Nemesis. Usually,
yeah, he just
Scandi, if they play NA, they usually play round 1, and then they go to bed.
Yep. Well, Saik is going to be Blue 4's AT with the Carl Gustav. And on Red 4, I don't think I mentioned it exactly, but would it be... No, I don't think they actually took one. They did not take a MAT team gunner, or just a MAT gunner in general. It's just guys with RPG 26s. But that's about it. As far as assets, give me a second. They do have...
I think only 2 M2 Humvees. I thought it was 4, but I think they just called it down to 2 instead.
Probably after they saw the last round. But yeah, 2 M2 Humvees, a bunch of transport Humvees, and that's about it. None of them are up armored, so they will be very susceptible to all
the gunners getting shot.
Gunfire.
All right, breaking down the roster, Jib style is the ground command, Spikey being the 2 IC. This is important because it's a VIP mission. Jib and Spikey have to stay within the AO. That is the gridded area, so it's slightly smaller than the actual pre-spawn zone, where Blue 4 can enter in as well. Carry...
Yeah, it's 3 VIPs. I remember looking at it. It's Jib style, Spikey, and Carry. They're all targets.
I thought it was the medic under Platoon HQ.
I don't believe so.
Sorry.
That's not what the roster said, at least.
Okay, so Carry might also be a VIP with X-Ray, but that does limit X-Ray's movements here if he has to lead an element and also be a VIP. Nonetheless, as you said, Lolo rocking the 240, I already forget the designation, basically 338 sniper rifle. Kabaya and Twins, as you said, they're actually both rocking the MP7 now. So interesting call, I guess, because the jungle's pretty thick. They're not going to try to go for range.
Do you see Lolo's shoulder patch?
What is Lolo's shoulder patch? Is it the anime? Yep, the titties.
Yeah.
Yep, titties.
Thigh highs too. Very nice.
Anyway, Nielsen leading Alpha HQ. He's got Norris under him, who is rocking a 249. Okay, that's important because the reason we know Norris very well is because he got a shit ton of kills during a round with that gun and was absolutely unstoppable, so I'd love to see a repeat of that tonight. Otherwise, he's got some other members here, Wells, Eagle, other members of the 29th ID. Under Alpha 1, Alpha 2 has Olaf, members of AA. Logan has graced us with his presence. Made a pretty good trick play in round 3, almost rushing the cache on his own, but he was taken out by Guy Fieri. And we also have Civilian Casualty Explorer, Syax, Snow Owl, and Despo. I don't know where legal action went. He's under Platoon HQ for Op4 as 2IC under Mads. Interesting. So he snuck his way in there. Otherwise, Despo, Timex, Syac, and Snow Owl. Snow Owl's not normally part of that group, but the 3 aforementioned guys also play in OFCRA, so they have a little bit of a different perspective. I'll be curious to see how they go. Otherwise, we do have a double rainbow out there towards the west, and it collapses towards the south. Excellent.
Nice. We also have 7 minutes to talk about the AO, so yeah, we can already see them moving throughout the jungle on the western half of the containment zone, if you call it that. Spiky choosing the fairly obvious position of a concrete bunker. It looks like she's moving to a new spot now, but yeah, this jungle is going to be where they want to kind of go through. Once the round starts, Red 4 will have markers.
Casey Kratos Jr., thanks for the tier 1 sub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Thanks for the gift sub going to Battle Nogar. No.
So they will need
no,
to
Garen, my bad.
Or
hope you both keep enjoying the
at very
operations.
least hunker down with a decent
and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
Security detail if they want to have a chance of surviving. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. Excited to see what they do with the MI8. But yeah, the BTRs and everything are going to take a little while to get down here. So kind of a little anxious for Red 4's sake. Given how long they might take to come down here to this AO, Blue 4, especially on that
it's a 300
side,
Winchester mag? My bad.
That is a death valley right there. One vehicle gets hit in the front, if they try and do a convoy through this valley, lead vehicle gets hit, they are stuck. There's going to be nowhere to go if they go through that and vehicle goes down. So yeah, kind of hard to discern from the map. If you have a keen eye,
you can see the contour lines.
You can see the contour lines, but not many people, I don't think. I would say that not many people, definitely some, but not many would be able to recognize that just from reading the map. So could be interesting, but yeah, definitely they would want to take the Red 4 would want to stick to the roads because of those aforementioned BTRs.
Op4 is already lining up 2 BTRs fully loaded to go down the MSR. I think they're going to just follow that MSR south, take the first right, and then the left at the T intersection, then the right at the T intersection, go right into the AO, knowing that that valley might be a kill zone. Again, they have to stick to the roads to effectively use those BTRs, because driving any vehicle through the jungle is a very, very bad idea, because you are going to really screw with your mobility and more than likely get lost. Otherwise, the rest of the forces seem to be mounting up in the MI8s. And then we have a few still at spawn. It's X-Ray trying to make up their mind, but
still got 4 minutes to decide, so we'll see what they do. So what are your thoughts? Who are you siding with on this one?
I'm going to be honest. I'm feeling really comfortable with Norris with the MG on Blue 4. However, it is important we do not discount the fact that Legal Action, T5 Bay, and Dooley are on Op 4 attacking. Blue 4, they've got a pretty nice defensive zone to hide the VIP, a lot of foliage. They could easily just stash him away somewhere and force Op 4 to thoroughly clean the jungle out, but the real threat here is Blue 4 needs to figure out where the attack wave is coming from and deal with it accordingly. The best way to do that is to use the M2 Humvee. Send one in one direction, send one in the other. But I don't think we're going to get that. If I was in Blue 4's shoes, I would have infantry on the kill valley just to look. maybe one up ahead on one MSR, one up ahead on the other MSR in the T intersection that leads up to the kill valley, have the other two M2 Humvees push up the other MSR, and then at the first break point where they can go left and right, I would have them turn there, and I would have one just go to the airfield and loop back south, and the other one turn right and loop back south, trying to look for these BTRs, because by then the BTRs would push back. But that would mean the M2 Humvees would get behind the BTRs and potentially snipe from behind, minimizing the threat to the actual M2 vehicles themselves. They're going to easily pull back after unloading an entire box. But I don't see those M2 Humvees crewed, so that's going to allow Op4 to get right on top of Blue 4's objective and just do a right-to-left sweep. Now, normally, at least I'm not counting the first few rounds of VIP where they were still tweaking the system. When they settled on the final VIP template, I have not seen the defenders lose. I think there's only been one time out of the 3 times ever since they finalized the actual rules for VIP in the layout where the VIP team
Was on that on like Tembellan Island or something?
Yeah. So
I think I remember the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
very long time ago. So
otherwise, yeah, this is a very defensive heavy style of mission, mainly because just the sole fact that Blue 4 and the defenders, whoever they are, they can.
We're seeing the M2 Humvees getting mounted, by the way.
Yeah, they are getting mounted. But yeah, the defending team can move the objective wherever they see fit. Obviously, they have limited boundaries that they have to stay in, but they can maneuver and move and have screens and blocks and all this kind of maneuvering warfare, which is very unique to a static objective like the caches or the sectors that they have to capture. So this is very different as far as FNF goes, but yeah, these are usually very much fun to watch. I'm honestly with you in the sense of I think this round is going to be decided upon first contact. Whoever is the subject of first contact, like if Red 4 loses one of their BTRs and gets really disadvantaged early on, I don't think they'd be able to recover. But at the same time, if Red 4 are able to do a swift strike, like maybe they're able to counter those two M2 Humvees, excuse me. If they're able to do that, then I'd say their chances are pretty good. So it depends.
What I've learned about FNF, though, is it's never about the first firefight. Usually, for some of the larger rounds, the first firefight, if it's decisive, the whole round will carry through. But especially with smaller scale stuff, when you have both sides that have some pretty powerful players, especially in the right roles, it could still swing either way. And I mean, there's a reason why we know Bay. There's a reason why we know Norris. There's a reason why we know Dooley. It's because they were on the side that was getting their ass kicked, and all of a sudden they just go full-on Adriano mode, and they eliminate like an entire squad and a half on their own before they're taken out, or they just win it for their entire team, which is why these people are so noteworthy. And in a scenario where there's less players on either side and killing one guy makes that much more of a difference, they're even more important to note, because if they do the same thing again, which they sometimes do in these rounds, it just completely turns the tide of battle. I mean, hell, the last round literally went down to a 1v1. I mean,
pretty much was a 1v1.
That's how close that these can get at times, which is why I find them to be so interesting, even though they are a bit slow.
Speaking of slow, we do have those Humvees kind of moving off to the northwest.
They should not have stayed together. I'm thinking they're going to either break off at the T intersection and choose those two separate routes to move, but nope, they're sticking together. They really need to divide and conquer to find where Op4 is and split off accordingly. Because dividing... Go ahead.
I don't think that's a wrong decision. I don't think that's a wrong idea, but I do like what they're doing. I'm assuming at least they're going to operate it as a bit of a hunter-killer team with those two M2s versus BTR-80s and an MI8. I think that's a good way to do it, but your idea of splitting the forces and staying mobile, splitting the two Humvees. Ooh, well, they about merged right there as they clipped into each other, but...
Because they went off-road.
They went off road. That's exactly what you're talking about. I don't think they're even going mobile. I think they're just moving up to Hill 70 and trying to get Overwatch on the jungle, and they're going to be sorely disappointed if that's their objective is Hill 70 up here. Because yeah, sorry guys.
It's a jungle.
It's a jungle.
It's a fucking jungle.
Yeah, it's like trying to get eyes on anything in Tanoa. You're not going to get it from the fucking tree line because there's a fucking million other trees.
There's a nice cave complex right next to them. That would make a really cool objective one day.
Yeah, you got a nice cave complex too. You know.
Funny.
There's a face in here. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It scared me a little. Just like your cave complex.
Oh my god. Urabaga.
But yeah, it looks like they are going to be at least holding up here on Hill 70. And as they look around, they go, well, shit, what the fuck was this for?
Yeah. It's because they saw it on the map and they're like, yeah, that's a good vantage point, but it, it's a fucking jungle.
You get eyes on, you know, everything around you when you have the high ground. And it's like, well, yes, but actually no.
They can see a lot of tree bark from up there.
And it looks like they were barking up the wrong tree and they're going back down. Oh, come on, that was
Sorry,
good.
Marcus. Sorry, buddy. All right, so Blue 4 has heavily spread out their forces. They're trying to find where Op 4 is coming from. Once they identify where Op 4 is coming from, they need to reconcentrate their forces and set up a defensive line. The risk with this strategy that Blue 4 is doing, though, is if they do not reconstitute their forces, they risk getting overwhelmed and wiped completely by a concentrated Op 4 force. Or, unless Blue 4 is trying to do this on purpose to then play a guerrilla warfare tactic, because I see Papega do a strategy like this all the time, they will space out, slowly encircle, and then completely eliminate like 2 to 3 squads worth of dudes. But I've only been able to see Papega pull that strategy. Scandi normally isn't that aggressive, and they're normally not data dependent. They prefer to work on a team level. Just, you know, more eyes looking around in the same area can overwatch and do a lot more. But I don't think Blue 4 strat here is going to be to do that type of guerrilla warfare. So we'll see the left side collapse, form a secondary defensive line, and Op 4 is just going to push in with the major force. I think X-Ray is going in first. But let's see, has that MI8 landed yet? I don't see anyone else mounted up in there, so I'd assume that either the force that was in there decided to go on foot, or take a Vic, or they were already deployed, but I don't see where they could have landed, so I think the MI8's just circling. Meanwhile, let's, I'm going to quickly check. Jib Style is in a Humvee, ready to reposition, which is a bit of a tough call, because again, the force is going to screw him, but if he drives on the shoreline where it's, you know, a little more open, he should be fine. And Spiky hiding in that concrete bunker still, like you mentioned earlier. I think Spiky could be a little more creative. You know, hide like in a freaking bush somewhere. That would give her a better chance of survival. Because that's, if someone's searching a zone, I mean, the first place they're going to check is all the structures on the map, you know?
All I think about is that one Family Guy sketch where Peter Griffin is fucking
Pendragon, how you
in the
doing?
army, but he's dressed up as a clown. Like,
Yeah, right.
They're going to be looking for army
They're going to be
guys.
looking for army guys. I remember that meme.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So it's going to, I think that's kind of what she's thinking. She's doing a bit of reverse psychology. But she doesn't realize that Red 4 are going to
Drumming out a temple name from Funny
psychology,
Marcus.
which is be completely literal and one-dimensional and search the obvious things first. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I am interested in this X-ray kind of recon force walking alongside a road. I mean, they haven't been spotted yet, but they have about 1.5 hills between them and the first line of Blue 4 defense of Explorer, Olaf, and all of them. So interested to see how this is going to turn out, especially with Olaf's 240 Bravo there. Otherwise, yeah, Red 4, they're moving down to the south along the eastern side, trying to hook in kind of the narrow end of the AO for Blue 4. And I'm kind of surprised no one's been shooting at the MI8. That's good discipline. No point in shooting it when it's going high and fast like that.
He's just trying to do recon right now, but it's really hard to recon enemy infantry in a jungle, especially if there's such a small number of them, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. And I think they're doing the usual F&F thing of fly the helicopter over where you think the enemies are going to be, and if they fire, hey, that's where the enemies are. So it's a tried and true strategy, to be fair, but yeah, it looks like Blue 4 ain't biting today. And as I say that, looks like contact has started between...
They saw Loki and Cossum.
Yeah, kind of skylining up there. And Cossum actually chatting
staying low.
Might be AFK, honestly, but...
He's not AFK, he just hears the fire and he's like, what's shooting me?
Yeah? You hear that? So that might have been a mistake. We have a very beautiful firing line from Bridges down to Martin. It's a very nice little line there, but yeah, that could be a bit of an issue for Red 4 as things start to unfold.
And he's starting to respond with some blind GL fire.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Falls short. But that's enough to make Op4 reposition. Thinking they are coming under fire and these are engine shots in.
Oh, that one actually getting a little close to Anderson.
Some people in FNF have some crazy good eyes. BTR now. That's the... Is that not Banduli? No, it's not Bay solo driving to BTR.
Oh, that's a terrifying idea. We do have Schnuffles and Space
IR in the air.
About to walk
Basically a
right
camera on a
top of this
parachute
five-man
that's
team
fired
for
from a
Blue 4.
UGL.
As soon as I get past this line of bushes, Explorer and Blom are gonna have to do some work. Owen Blom looks away at the worst time.
Yep.
But they're actually gonna go around this side of the rocks instead.
I underwent to bed, unfortunately.
Space Cowboy Carl does have that suppressed
Because it was like
AKS.
5 a.m. for him.
Does Blom hear those stomps? He might have.
He has to.
I'm pretty sure he had to have.
Trying to find an angle to look over.
Now, if Blom looks over to his west, no, isn't going to. He's looking a bit further out, but Schnuffles is running past as well. So is Carl. Oh, but Schnuffles is wrapping back around. No, you gotta be kidding me. And there's more shots coming in from the southeast onto Olaf and Civilian Casualty and Explorer up there. So they are taking a bit of fire, but... Oh, but here comes Blom. No, he just got up into a crouching position. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. How the hell
I haven't
does this
seen
happen?
Halo Infinite, and even though I love Halo, I have no plans on touching it because I've been busy with other
As
projects,
soon
you
as
know?
Schnuffles fires, Blom's gonna go, what the fuck was that? Blom and
Yeah.
everyone else up here. Because even Mackenzie and Artisan are now over to
Set
the
up a
west.
sniper position right here, right in Blue 4's line.
Carl pulls out the fucking spotting scope.
Yeah.
They're gonna do long range precision sniping 20 feet away from fucking Blue 4.
The fog of war.
Oh, you'll love it. You'll love to see it.
But I'm doing all right. Barb's doing his own thing as well,
I don't want to
so...
look away. I want to see the moment when Blom turns around
Right.
and sees two fucking Russians standing behind him, sniping in the opposite direction.
Otherwise, Op4 is starting to form a line formation to sweep the objective AO from the right to left.
Oh my god, Not Bay is going in the water with a BTR.
Of course, he has Olaf now crossing over. Unable to be heard, though, because Space Cowboy Carl's crawling up.
Yeah, and he's below the crest, so he's gonna walk over towards Artisan and Mackenzie.
Where will you be? Oh, sniper going off.
And so Blom turns around and goes, what the fuck was that? And
He misses Drizzy and Cosmos as they go under him.
Yeah. And so Explorer doesn't move.
They
but
just took
Blom's
someone
going.
out.
Bomb's gonna come right up on the back. Gets Schnuffles first.
Toss him
and
taken
Carl
out.
with another burst. Very
And
nicely
Bomb
done.
getting a nice double kill, as you said.
Yep. Very nicely done. And that's the sniper down.
The word of
That's
the
how you do
day is security.
Situational awareness. But that's a little bit too big for the elementary schooler's brain.
And the rest of the Op4 X-Ray team doesn't send anyone up to check out those shots.
They don't need to. They got Blue Force Tracker. They know they're dead.
You got Twins. He's suppressed, trying to fire up at 4 people on the beach.
Yeah, but that should get the attention of Notbay to switch over to the turret, and that it does. Again, he's got the 14.5 and a 7.62 machine gun, both on there. So.
Oh wait, Iander did come back. He's on Op4. When did he come back?
And he does have the mad gun. Look at
What?
that.
When did he show up?
Apparently at some point.
Wait a
He
minute.
didn't want to end on a bad note.
I
feel it.
see. Coming out of the shadows, out of nowhere, is Iander in left field for Op4 with his mat weapon. I don't do tabletop, Kane. Twins getting shot at by Warwick on the rear.
Yeah, and Twins trying to keep low. MP7 squared down on the bridges, can't land the shots.
Grenade goes over. Switches to his handgun. But Op4 can't find him.
Bridge is about to walk up on him, but not see him. Twins opens fire.
Wow.
Is able to drop him.
I think if Twins didn't fire, Bridges would have walked right past him. Crossfire hitting Supreme.
Supreme goes for the double, but he's already dead. Very nicely done.
But yeah, I don't do tabletop. I got
Yeah,
introduced to
this kinda
40K.
Blue Force started to fall back.
Olaf on the rear of Op4 X-Ray just took out Cosmos. Now going for Drizzy.
Yep.
Drizzy, however, takes some fire by...
Blom, I think.
Yeah, but Artisan also shot at him. I'm really confused here. Artisan now a turncoat. He is Blue 4 now. Who knew?
I've seen crazier things.
I got into 40K through the 700 Cadian. I had no idea what 40K was before I started Zeusing for it. Mackenzie getting executed there.
Kill. Easy kill on Mackenzie, like you said.
Yeah, but
Here
that's
comes
a
Wiki
lot
on
of
the
money,
carry,
to be
Supreme
honest.
onto Loki.
Wait a
Wiki
minute.
Walking right on top of Carry. And able to get it straight out to the bush.
Artisan drops his Lawn Ranger radio. We just heard AT get fired on Sayak.
And Syke is the mad as well. Oh no.
Oh, that was a good one.
Supreme getting the kill on Loki as well. Yeah, Blue 4 not looking too good. Didn't we both say we were leaning the Blue 4 as well?
Oh, there was a Humvee up here. That's what was AT. Gotcha. Timek being suppressors. Wow, 2 other dead guys by Timek. Throws the smoke, clips off the rock.
So Carry is KIA, I believe. That was one. Yeah, that was one of the 3 VIPs. Spiky's still holding tight in that bunker over on the west side, and Jib is actually hiding incognito in the back of one of the Humvees.
I'm gonna be
You
honest.
see
I think Space Marines would murk. Yeah, the one that was AT, right?
No. He's hiding in the lineup of Humvees just at base. I think he's commanding from there, but he's just like hiding in the back.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty smart in my opinion. Just trying to hide in plain sight in the back seat. That's good. I think Spartans would get murked by Space Marines in a heartbeat. I still need to do an op about it though. That's been on my list. Sayak taking fire from Wiki and gets knocked out.
Nice, Sayak. Yeah, that's gonna be a big threat to those BTRs out of the fight.
By the way, looking back, Artisan has knocked Explorer out, and he's still looking around.
Kabaya though, I think a glimpse. Yes,
Kabaya
they
gets him.
did. Good spray down with the MP7.
Suppressed MP7, gets you every time.
Maybe not every time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, it works 60% of the time.
I wish I had money to burn, to be honest. I don't right now. I got a mortgage, guys.
Cool Breeze rocking through the jungle with that other BTR is not big. Continues along through the water. And There's a Humvee inside one of the shacks burning on fire with a satchel charge next to it. You see that, right? And now it's spazzing out and okay.
You know, some things are better left unanswered in Arma 3, Barb. And this is one of those things.
Well, the thing is, I don't think this has an answer.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It just happened.
Someone tried to launch a rocket at Iander, and I think he ducked down and missed most of the shrapnel. Usa pushing up kind of slowly.
Ooh, outpour grenade spam on Blue 4's line to the north. Montgomery taking quite a few grenades here. The rock blocking some on the south, but the northern ones are hitting them. You got some members of hotels. They landed the MI8. Now they're coming in on foot to clean up Explorer and Kabaya.
Yep. And
Pi and Olaf cross each other.
yeah, they crossed each other, but neither one spotted each other. I don't think they will. Yeah, as Pi runs across the street. Olaf opens
Anderson
up
being engaged. Anderson crippled. Olaf, I think, ran out of ammo and reposition.
Yep.
Oh god, the fucking BTR got on the little island and now it's shooting at Blue 4. Fucking Bay. Kills Nielsen. Wait, no, he killed the other guy. Nielsen was unconscious.
If he goes on the other side of the island, he actually has a little bit of defilade to work with too. That's fucking wild. And yeah, we're already down to like, I think maybe 6 Blue 4. To be fair, Spiky is at the other end of the fucking AO, so it is going to take maybe... I see this being done in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. AT goes in, hits the BTR, but Bay's still alive.
Ooh, that is cook-off smoke. That thing will be cooking off, and Bay is
It's
going to be
actually not
stranded.
going to explode anymore because the ACE update. Rehandle
Oh,
vehicle damage.
really?
Yep.
Oh.
It might flame out in a second.
It is.
Bay is on fire. His guns get drops.
Roll like your life depends on it, not Bay.
Now, if you're scrolling close, you can hear him screaming.
Oh my god, is that a stock scream sound effect too?
Yeah.
Oh my god, those are different samples too.
Yeah.
That is so jank, Ace Team. I love it. But holy shit, that is jank. He's still on fire. The fucking stock sound effects are too
You know,
much. I can't take it. That's too funny. I don't care.
he's unconscious now, but why does he need to roll? He could have just ran into the water. He could have just ran into the water, right? I don't think he thought about it.
I didn't think about that either.
He could have just, oh gosh, and he's dead. Yeah. He could have just
Smells like chicken.
ran into the water. I didn't think about it either, but yeah, just, yes.
Got it.
Stop, drop, and roll or water?
Hmm.
It's a tough call.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Maybe because the water was wet. That's why he didn't do it.
Water is not wet. Water makes things different. Water is not wet.
Are you sure about that? How
Yes.
tough is FNF's medical?
Something that is splashed with water
I actually
can
haven't seen
become
someone
wet,
burned to death
but
like
water
that yet
itself is
before,
not
so.
wet. Here comes Wiki and Supreme. I think they're starting to clear like the Humvees because they're like, I think they have the mark, but they don't know where Giselle is. And also Giselle is on my end. I don't know if it's yours.
Regardless, I think Op4 has this in the bag.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just gonna be a matter of finding Spiky at this point. And maybe if Jib is able to, you know, stay incognito, they might be good. Cause yeah, this definitely
Wiki.
is Jib's plan. No, oh no, Wiki. What? He's about to scare the shit out of Jib South if you were to fire that. And there he goes. And he's looking at him from out the car window. He's like, oh yeah, there he is. Can't believe this shit is fucking working. He switches back over to the other seat. I wish you could like lie down in the trunk. Oh my god. Yeah, Chad is right. The curse is real. Let's be real. Jib, though, is... I mean... This is going to be the cheesiest fucking way to win ever. I don't care what you say. If this is still going on in 30 minutes, I'm going to be mad for Red Force's sake.
30 minutes of hiding in Car Simulator. Let's go.
Minutes later.
Oh my god.
I'm still laughing at the fucking stock scream sound effects that
Yeah.
you got on YouTube in like 2008. Just the
So I think they're gonna find Spiky all the way on the other side of the ale, but they're gonna go, where's Jib?
What's the jib? What the jib doing?
What the Jib doing?
See, it's not cowardice. He's pretending to be Arnold from fucking Predator. He's gonna go into the jungle and cover himself with mud and attach himself to a tree. Where is Spiky? I think everyone asks that question, but they never ask how is Spiky. I think Spiky is bored. Okay, the Sapper in my chat is saying, how do you not check the VIX? You would
Not yet,
no
Don.
one
It
would
could be
ever
clutched.
expect
It
someone
could
to
still
just
be clutched.
chilling in the back of like one of seven VIX that's just lined up on a road ready to go. No one would expect that. This is honestly pretty ingenious on Jib's part, I have to say.
Oh, I know, yeah, she's all the way in the bunker, all the way up there. Vagrant checking the water under the rocks, making sure nothing's left unturned.
But Vagrant is going to see these bunkers and might go, hey, there
So,
are these
Platts,
structures
are you
over
made it
here
to
on the
second base
west
yet?
that are inside the zone. We should go and check those out.
Spiky, so there's two VIPs that are under Platoon HQ.
I don't know why.
Spiky
this
and
would be
Jib.
so mean to see, but I just want Vagrant to just lob a fucking VOG 25
Why
grenade
is Spiky?
through the fucking top window.
Barb is
right into
mostly
that top
sober.
cubby, and just dome her with like 12
Oh my
shroud
God.
fragments of shrapnel.
This is just going to be the FBI open up meme, and like 20 dudes are going to charge this bunker once they realize where she is.
FSB, open up, Bliet. Fuck you, what's that? Mostly
course,
sober.
Platts,
I'd
of
have you know,
course.
I have a healthy buzz going on, and it's not the vibrator.
You've heard? No, never
I
mind.
to laugh at that one.
No, I'm not laughing at that one. I was thinking about making a joke with the punchline, 20 dudes, one bunker.
Oh, God. Yeah, it sounds like they'd bunker, if you know what I'm saying.
Shut up.
Nah, fuck you. Grabber just rolling around. Here comes Chow and Vagrant. Oh, here he comes.
Here he
comes
come.
the boy. You can hear the boots on concrete. No.
Rest in peace.
No, you pre-fired that. The shit literally just runs around the corner. I mean, to be fair, that is the last possible corner, but the man pre-fired.
Yeah.
Well, it's not GG yet. We still
GG
got
to
Jim.
Spiky, but we still got Platoon Command hiding out in the fucking Humvee.
All right, 24 minutes to go. What do you want to talk about? You want to have episode 1 of the fucking Liru and Barb podcast? The Barbcast?
How many
my
FSB
God.
operatives does it take to find one man in a Humvee? The world may never know. You know what? Montgomery is going to be the Chad here. He is going to single-handedly prevent Jib Styles' death by becoming a jungle legend. So now Op4's gonna have to turn around and go, all right, we missed something. Let's check again. Fuck me.
Let's go clear this, what, 200? No, like 3. Yeah, it's like...
Let me check how many Op4 still have. So 1,
800.
2, 3, 4, 5,
By
6,
the way,
7,
I gotta say,
8.
what's that did? What's that with the clip? And he says no pre-fire. I'll believe him over me.
23 on Op4. And yeah, I didn't see any pre-fire either. I saw a fire as soon as he saw her. But all right, 23 versus 2. And they're now starting to backtrack.
They're like, wait a minute. Who are you? Oh, Jesus. Patman says it would be called the Lard Cast if we made a podcast, and I think that's a little insensitive. Both me and Liru have been working, to lose weight, and I've had a lot of success.
What?
Huh?
So Supreme came up here and also shot Spiky. Grenade goes up next to Spiky's body. Supreme is...
Gets a face God, I wish grenades and armor were as
Oh my
half as
God.
they are in Tarkov, because that man would be just a bucket of ground meat. At that point.
Adriano faced similar odds. Oh my God.
That is true.
One man, one mission.
God.
There's still gunfire over here as everyone charges up the bunker.
They're like, hey, there's this person. Let's fucking shoot him.
Shiny now goes up,
Feel that.
finds a body.
Does he open up?
No.
No. Oh, yeah.
Wait. Everyone gets a turn to shoot the dead VIP.
With Spiky.
Woo! Oh God. I think Platts is in my chat. Horrible. I love it.
Poor Platts. I didn't expect him to go through the NTR act.
Oh my
quick.
fucking God. You can't say that. You can't say
Sorry,
that.
Platts.
Oh.
Not sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That's funny. 20 minutes remaining. Op4 slowly looping back around, realizing they have to sweep the forest again.
God, they're gonna find Montgomery first, and then they're gonna go, oh, hey, we got him.
We got him! Wait, that wasn't him.
Why is the mission over yet?
Helicopter got landed.
All right, well, since we got some time, do you ever watch that Meru episode 5?
Yeah, I caught up to it. Why?
I haven't. So
I think so 5 isn't pornographic. 5 is plot, but it's good plot.
Oh.
4 is pretty good pornographic, but
Is 4 the one where she's on her bed?
no.
No, it's a different one.
That's
Okay.
3.
That's 3. Okay, so I think I've seen
That one's more of a
but
tease one.
It's definitely a bit of a tease one, but it's nice. It's artistic.
Yes, 4. You'd like 4. You should go watch 4. Knowing you. Montgomery just firing in the air at this point. He's trying to get people's attention. 4 is locker room, yeah.
Oh, that's right. 4's
4
the locker room.
4
with all,
was
like,
pretty
the
good.
nerd boys. I think I
2
saw the
was
teaser
nerd.
for it.
1
2 was
was the solo thing.
Oh, was 4 with oh, don't tell me 4 was with jocks or something. That'd be good.
You just go watch it. Half my chat knows what we're talking about. The other half has no idea.
Poor modernist. He's like, Meru episodes.
Don't worry about
Plot.
it. Don't worry. Just look it up yourself.
Listen, it's on newgrounds.com. Only real 2005 internet users will get this.
Oh my God.
So I think Jib Style is going to be up there in the Hide and Seek Hall of Fame, along with Osama bin Laden and Helen Keller.
You mean Anne Frank?
And Frank, yeah, Helen Keller. She was playing hide and seek with herself.
Oh, Eric, finding Montgomery.
Oh, and he is running. He's crawling, actually.
He's pre-firing.
Nice.
That's a pre-fire, but Montgomery smacks him and throws a charge.
There's a fucking charge on his body.
Just in case.
Now all of Pulau knows that he's here.
Look at all the Op 4 ticks going to his direction like immediately.
Just moths to a flame. And there's cobras in the water now.
I can't. I don't have a Zeus interface here. It's demon.
Demon hentai would be a good way to describe Meru.
Yeah.
Demon hentai. That's you're not
Sure.
incorrect. Oh, but here comes Bridges. Bridges is gonna see Jib style immediately.
All right, here we go.
And
Yep. Yep.
No.
No. What?
No.
What?
No.
Dude, he even looked.
He was like, nothing out of the ordinary here, sir.
What the fuck? Literally, he was right there.
And these are like good players too. These aren't
Oh
like
my
players
God.
who are just now getting here. Like, these are people
Camo.
who not only played FNF, but have played Arma for thousands upon thousands of hours in PvP scenarios. And they're
Ooh,
still
Fritz.
doing this shit. Here comes Fritz. Oh, he's looking at the cars.
He's cutting
No,
through.
He's gonna go right through. He doesn't know. Koak though. Nope.
What was that gunshot?
Oh.
Oh,
Does Koak see
Koak just went guns up.
Does Koak see it? No, he heard the gunshot. Does he see it? No, he doesn't. He's looking past the Humvees.
Oh my fucking
He
god.
doesn't see it.
Oh my fucking god.
Fritz and Cobra
They're
Fritz are
double
just
tapping the
bodies at
bodies.
this point because they're just bored.
Oh my freaking god. They all
my-
think that fucking Montgomery's the last guy.
I think the mission's
Wait,
broken
Wiki!
or something.
Wiki! Wiki did it! Wiki!
No.
Wiki won side and seek!
No. No.
Wiki won hide and seek!
Wiki!
Yes! GG! G fucking G!
Oh my fucking god, Wiki. Well, that's the problem. He looked at the wiki. He knew where he was.
Oh my, fuck off with that joke. It's GG. Why isn't it cashed out yet?
I mean, Montgomery was the person we needed all this time. No way.
No, it's done.
It's done.
I watched Montgomery leave the zone.
Well, it's not a secure zone either. It's the personnel. All three of the targets, Jip Style, Spiky, and Carry, they're all dead. This should be done.
Were we all just bamboozled? Don't even paid it out yet, but
No, I think Blue Force still has a chance. And he does step out of the zone. He is officially out of the shaded zone. They just haven't called it. I think Anderson or something. They just want to.
Craig legs.
Craig Legs.
Log in.
It's hashtag you idiot. Just log in space admin.
That'd be funny if you put the password in.
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, now all of FNF knows your password here.
But I had an empty.
Oh my gosh, wait, Chow. Oh, I thought Chow spotted him.
Ooh,
Oh, there's the first kill.
50 minutes remaining. Let's see how many Montgomery can take down. He's got a fucking horde heading his way. Here comes Drake.
Your
from the right.
gunfire has alerted the horde.
No, it's gonna go.
Oh my fucking god.
Rounder. He would have had Drake, but no, that's gonna be it. He did take down a few. Took down more than I thought.
There you go.
Oh,
It's a green.
man.
It's an op 4
Fucking
victory.
fine.
My god. Blue 4 eliminated.
Yeah, and I was right. It ended about 20 minutes
Yeah.
after. Oh my fucking god, that was hilarious. That was awesome. All
right.
I will be ending it here personally. Yeah,
You're calling it?
I am calling it personally.
All right. That's awkward because I was going to call it too, to be honest, because it's, you know, about 10:30. I want to chill for the rest of the night.
It's fucking daylight savings has been fucking me up.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
so
feel that.
tired in the evening. It feels like it's 11:30.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally.
Someone who's on the ground.
Enjoy the rest of your day or night.
Should be someone.
Cheers.
Probably Spiky.
And have a good one.
Spiky.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it'd be payment for her getting domed immediately after waiting.
Don,
for
can you
40
rate
minutes.
Spiky RP? Yeah, right.
All right. So I'll wrap it up here, and
Yep.
I'll hope I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? Cheers. All right. See you guys maybe tomorrow. If not, the next day.